we're about to ruffle some feathers in here. You want to get messy? Well, let's get messy then. Should dating a friend's ex be normalized? I am Monique asks or says, unpopular opinion, but I don't think dating a friend's ex makes you disloyal. People have a right to date whoever they want. If you're over your ex, why should you care? Swamp Princess is a wild name. Says, did you like bookmark them in your head while your friend was dating them? Like, how did you end up with your friend's ex? It gives always needed that. I don't know. Let's take a look at some comments. Ayo Trav says, an actual ex? Nah. However, I do think the world is small, and if it was just a week-long situation where we texted and it went no further, I wouldn't mind my friend testing the waters. Nia says, listen, I really want people to remember that these people giving their opinions were born between 2000 and 2008. Y'all do y'all best to normalize disloyalty. Let's keep reading. Nidiana, I don't know how to say that name. Of all the men and women in the world to choose from. Another comment, that's a no-go. I don't care if it was my ex from 10 years ago. Now, that's interesting. 10 years ago, have you been friends with this person for 10 years? Or is this a new friend and they just happen to run across your ex and didn't know? You know what I mean? There's an exception to every rule. This is Dirt McGurk. I don't want none of my friends' exes like ever. Do not break that code. Respect. Here's what I will say. Sometimes you can meet. I remember one time there was a buddy of mine. He was dealing with a girl that was not right for him, and he was annoyed by her, and they just weren't a good match. Anyway, like 2 years after I'd even been introduced to her, I'd seen her again, and I was like, wow. Like, I thought she was cute before, but let me see. I was like, hey man, would you mind if I dated her? And he was like, no, do your thing. And we dated and we were in a relationship for years. Also, I was 10 years old. But at the same time, I asked permission and it was a cool relationship. Now, what I will say is, you can't help how people meet, man. I've never been that dude. Now, if it is somebody's wife or, girlfriend that you guys are super close and tight and the relationship was like gut-wrenching hurt for both of them, like there's exceptions. But it's also another thing to be like trying to actively look at somebody's ex is crazy. I just think I look at the exceptions and I don't look at people going into things with bad intentions. However, that's just me being objective and being fair, and having a different perspective. What are you guys' thoughts? Have you ever dated somebody's ex that's a friend of yours? And would you? And have you ever been like, I really want this person, but I can't do it because that's my friend?